can see you guys more. My name is Moriah. I'm not from Tennessee. I'm actually from outside Detroit, area of Michigan. And yeah, Rob just called me up and he's like, hey, do you want to share your story? I said, of course. I'd love to share my story. So I'm going to kind of start it in sort of where you guys are, or where most of you are just coming out of middle school. I was saved really early when I was young, raised in a Christian family, and about 5th grade is when my world kind of turned upside down. I was just totally living for Christ as a kid. You know, my faith was never challenged. I never really had anything, never really experienced sin, really. I mean, I shouldn't say, okay, there are levels of sin. I was going to say big sin, but I haven't experienced like big challenges. So going into middle school, you guys know how it is. All of a sudden, kids start changing. I don't know, puberty hits or something. Like kids just go crazy, and yeah, I pretty much started ignoring God. I was like, I don't really see what the point is of this whole Christianity thing. It was kind of just, honestly, it was just more fun. It was just more fun to live the way that the world was, and I was just curious about it. So I'll be really real with you guys, and because I think something that's really important about sharing your testimony is being able to talk about it and just be real, because otherwise you're just fake, truly. But so I'll be totally real with you guys. Yeah, I started drinking a little bit in middle school and early high school, and that wasn't even the biggest thing for me. The biggest thing was just lust. It was lust for guys, lust for things, and you'll probably laugh at this story, but it's not funny, but you'll probably laugh. In 7th grade, I got arrested for shoplifting. Most people think it's funny, and now it's funny. I can kind of laugh at it now, but at the time it was really a hard issue. It was just like I'm lusting after things, and just like I'm just gonna take that and do what I want, and I had just a really rebellious attitude. I had a very rebellious attitude towards, obviously the law, and towards my parents as well. I didn't have a good relationship with my parents, and that is something that I know probably a lot of you struggle with. And yeah, so I just had a really rebellious attitude towards God, towards my family, and I'm just trying to give you guys a picture of what I looked like. It was just bad news. Bad news. Just try to imagine just like a girl in your school who's just totally just after like popularity and just promiscuity. Yeah, I was really just broken and hurting, and trying to fill my life with like all these different things. And I finally just got to a point where I was like living literally a double life. My family would see this side of me where I was, I'd be kind of rebellious towards them. They'd see that sin, but they wouldn't see all the other sin, because I kind of put on a show. I still did well in school. I was president of my class. Like they'd see all this image, and then on the other side with my friends, I was cursing like, I was gonna say like a sailor. That's not really a good, cursing like a rapper. I don't know. Like I was really bad, really bad. Obviously I told you guys the shoplifting thing, a little bit of partying here and there, and so that I was just living this double life. And for a while it was kind of like, okay, I can do this, and just balancing it, and then high school hit, and everything in high school just gets more intense with all this stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's a whole nother level, and I couldn't live the double life anymore. It was just it was just killing me. Like I literally felt like I was being pulled in two, and I was, again, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. So I would just get to the point where, and I'd be in my room, and I'd be sitting down, and I would just break down, I'd just start crying. I was like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know why I'm here. And I'd pull out a knife, and I just kind of like look at myself, like right here, and I'm like, should I don't know. What's my purpose? I don't feel anything. I just feel like I'm at the end. I can't talk to my parents. My friends are all idiots. Like I have nowhere to go. And then God was just like, I'm here, hi. And it wasn't like a big moment or anything. It wasn't like, you know, I heard him and the sky opened up or anything like that. It wasn't even like that. It was just kind of like something clicked in my mind. It was a season in my life where I started to realize there is something more to live for. There is something more important. This life, it's really not about me. And I had this really good friend in high school about sophomore year. Her name is Holly, and she started bringing me to her youth group. And just at youth group, I saw these kids who were just so on fire for God and just loving Him with everything they had. And it's like cheesy, people always say like you could see something different about them, but I really could. Like I could just see like a pure joy in their heart, and they had something to live for, which was what I was struggling with. I just kind of felt like what is there to live for, and so yeah, after sophomore year, I decided after that season of kind of questioning, I just decided, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And I'm like an all or nothing person, like in and out. I was like, okay, that's it. So I just completely flipped my life. Like girlfriends that not good news, see ya. Like, which, you know, maybe it happens differently for other people, but I just had to like start over, block everything out. Totally just had to get before God and repent for everything. And since that day, I've just been living for God, and I just wanted to encourage you guys. I was reading in Paul the other day. Paul in the Bible, he pretty much, long story short, he was persecuting Christians, and he gets saved. He encounters God, and he gets saved. And about like 2 or 3 days later, sorry, I can speak English. He starts preaching the gospel just a handful of days later. And that just really encouraged me, and that's how I felt it. That's how I was at that point in my life. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you feel like maybe you're at a point, or even if you know people, don't doubt that God can do things overnight, because He can, and He's done it in my life, and I've seen Him do it in other people's lives. So that's what I got for you guys today, and thanks for listening to my story.